Hey there everyone, this is Seb here with a new vlog thingy. It has been a hot minute, hasn't it? Batteries must be dead. So maybe it's been slightly longer than just a minute and I am sorry about that, but hey, I'm back and we're here again. Or well, not the here you're used to because I did move. Oh come on, I was just getting used to that place. Well, this one is only temporary here because my house is being renovated, or the whole apartment complex actually. So I had to get out there for a few weeks so they can do their job. I have a bit of rest, and I figured it'd be a good time to actually sit down and make a vlog thingy again and tell you guys what's been going on with me and what my plans are for the actual channel. Because yeah, it has been a long while, hasn't it? And I am very sorry for that. As such, this is going to be a bit more personal of a video, so if you're not into that, then do feel free to click away and just know that I do have a new CDI review up in, I hope next week. It's almost done, but we'll see about that. I'll do my best. So yeah, where have I been? Well, mostly home. And to make matters worse, doing nothing. But yeah, I've had a lot of medical issues over the years, as most of you have correctly guessed, and that really culminated into me basically collapsing and just my coping system crapping out entirely. Now, what has caused it exactly, I don't know, the doctors don't know. Perhaps I can track it down to even what made me start this YouTube channel in the first place, like back in all the way 2008. I did lose my job because of some medical issues, because my body decided to reject some donor tissue, and I guess I've never been fully the same after that. And that wasn't even that big of an issue back then, but what really was an issue was around 2010 I started to notice that I started to have a big issue with my energy balance. I was just tired all the time. I couldn't really recover well, and yeah, that was for me what really started to limit me in the things that I actually could do. And of course I did go to the doctors, and they didn't really figure out what was... Well, I did get a diagnosis eventually after like a year or so. They came back to me and said, well, we know what you have. You've got the dreaded chronic fatigue syndrome, which I was okay, but what do I actually have? Because to me that just sounds like this container illness where you give something to the patient so they feel good, so they feel taken seriously, but it doesn't really mean anything. And it's not to say that it doesn't exist, because clearly we did give it a name, but it's just so meaningless, and it doesn't give you anything to work with to actually do something about it. So I did try some things. They suggested, nothing helped, and I just decided to, I'm going to fix this myself, which basically came down to I will just ignore the problem and just fill my agenda full with stuff so I don't have any time to actually feel tired, which of course is a terrible idea, but it did keep me going for quite some years, and some things did actually make it better, like especially like the sports I did focus more on. That really helped me give some energy still, but even that, eventually it started to just fizzle out, and there were other medical issues that just kept creeping up, having more joint pains, my weight issues. All of a sudden I couldn't eat as much anymore, and literally like half of me just buggered off to who knows where, well, down the toilet, but let's not get into the details. But yeah, this used to be a perfect fit, guys. But yeah, I need some new shirts. Over the years you went to the doctors for that other stuff, and they find different things that's wrong with it, but nothing that really tied it all together. They did try it a couple of times, but eventually you're just busy so long in figuring out what's going on. The diagnosis you got just get progressively worse, and you literally had, like, after a year you got back and, well, we can't really say that it's not that, maybe, but perhaps it's something else that's even worse. And you know, at one point, I was just done with it. I was just like, screw this. I don't even want to know anymore. I'm just too tired. I don't want to invest my time even in that anymore. I'm just done. You know, we all have this boiling point, this point where we basically go, what am I fighting for? Yeah, although maybe a bit less dramatic in my case, but yeah, I too have had this time where I just said, you know, screw it. I'm done trying. I'm done fighting. I just give up and just let go of kind of my life goals, as it were, and just. And I know this sounds really depressive, but in a way that was what in the end helped me the most, because I was at a point where I couldn't walk anymore. I couldn't do anything, and what was worse for me was like this thick, annoying brain fog where I couldn't get my thoughts in order. I couldn't really find the right words, and I just sometimes I just didn't know the most basic of things, like where like my brain just shut down, and it was terrible. Because you gotta understand, like, I've had poor vision my entire life, which is a handicap, and it is through talking to people where I can compensate with that. So losing that was really, really stressful for me. So yeah, what helped me in the end the most was just saying, you know, I give up. I know this sounds very counterproductive, but this allowed me to actually take a more carpe diem approach, you know, not working towards specific big goals anymore, but just wake up, see how do I feel today? Can I do something? Great. Can I not? Oh well, I'll try tomorrow. We'll see. I'm just glad that I can do some things again, because yeah, as I said, there was a point where I couldn't walk anymore. I really was dependent on others. I still kind of am. I had to let go of some things I love to do, and my entire life kind of collapsed. And it's very small now, but it's a way where I can manage it. Like, I barely go out anymore. I don't do sports anymore. And of course, there are things that I really miss in life, especially companionship in the form of people around me and also animals around me. Although I do still have a cat, which is great. But yeah, I do have some semblance of balance again in my life, where I can do, well, this again. For instance, I couldn't do this a couple of years ago, and now I am in a state of mind again where I can kind of take it on as I feel up to it. And I also now can just say, you know what, I'm not doing it today. Like this, I moved and I wanted to make this video, but it's been like a week where I just had to even recover from just a simple move, like moving across the damn street, and it just took a lot out of me. And you know, this used to bring me down a lot, but now I'm like, okay, whatever. By chasing it in the past, I ended up actually not doing anything at all because I couldn't bring it up. Like I would get stuck all the time, and now I actually have some growth again towards doing something. So yeah, as counterproductive as it is, giving up, letting go, and just saying, screw it, I don't care anymore, that was actually what helped me the most in finally finding some balance. Now, there were some other things. At the start of last year, I tried a few things, and I'm not sure if in the end it'll be smart, because in a way I'm kind of cheating also, but I did find some things that helped me out. That's kind of it. I try to explain it. Maybe in some later videos I can go into more details on specific areas, but we'll see about that. If you have any questions, do leave them, and I will see if I can devote another video on specifics down the line. But yeah, that's basically been it. for my medical situation, one thing that does still count as well is that my vision hasn't improved as well, which you might expect. It has been going downhill, well, not real fast, but kind of where some things have become more difficult for me, for example, editing and such. Apart from the energy thing, because it takes a lot out of me as well, but it's also been like visually a lot harder for me to work on videos. I still enjoy doing it, but yeah, I've slowed down in that as well. But yeah, let's actually talk more about videos and just, I guess, video games in general, because where do I want to take the channel? As I said, I don't really have any clear goals, but I also don't really need to. I am in the kind of blessed position where I don't need to generate an income out of this. So in that I can afford to be taking it easy. And I actually, if there's one thing, or I guess two things I want to focus on with my channel, is just that I want to stay approachable and genuine. And those are the two main things that I want to keep in my channel. Just creating the videos that I want to make and just feel comfortable with. And if that aligns with requests, then that would be great. So if you do want to see something specific, or just let me know what kind of videos you enjoyed the most from me in the past, and I can try and focus on those, then that's great. But in general, I just want to look out for the videos that I feel like making the most, and not that might be the most successful in a YouTube kind of sense, because you know I just can't be bothered to look into all of that. I just don't care. I just want to make videos, have it as a fun hobby, and just have a go at that. So what kind of videos are those? Well, I really would like to make more in-depth reviews again on CDI specifically, just to go and show off more of those games again, because that's still kind of a niche, and not many people talk about CDI, and it's just something that's dear to my heart from nostalgia. What I also really enjoyed was the thing we made together with the Let's Play and the voice acting. Now that thing did break me. It took a lot out of me, so I'm not really thinking that I would go for a project like that soon again. But if I can manage something like that again, that would be great. Something that I would really like to do is go over my collection in general. I want to downsize a bit because, well, in this apartment I just don't have enough space to plunk everything. I actually want to make a games room. I have no plans for that yet. I don't know how, but we'll see. That will be a problem for the summer. But yeah, I kind of had to wait for these renovations where I can now kind of go in there and devote an actual room. But yeah, most of my collection is actually in storage with my parents, so I haven't even been playing that many games. Although I did along the years pick up a Mister box, which is an amazing piece of equipment. I love this thing because it basically has all your retro games on there, and it plays amazingly. And one thing I actually want to do with that, at least I have not tried this yet, but I think this is possible, is use that to actually test out some old Commodore tapes. I just want to get rid of all my Commodore tapes, basically, but I don't want to get rid of stuff that doesn't work anymore, so I just need to test them out. And the way I want to do it, or at least sounds like fun for me, is do that via streaming and just sit down with you guys and stream, test the game, drink a beer maybe, I don't know, just have a fun time doing that. I have no experience with streaming, so I have to really look into how I actually do that. But yeah, that is something that I would like to do, and if anyone has any tips on that, then do let me know. And that is something that I want to do fairly quickly as well. whereas the other stuff might take a bit longer. Like the reviews, as I said, I have a review in the works. I hope to have it done next week, but I really don't expect to have a review up every 2 weeks or so. I can't do that. I'm not. I don't have the energy for that. Perhaps down the line I can also find someone who can help with editing. So that would be a big relief for me, I guess. But I don't know. It takes a lot of energy to do, but I do kind of enjoy the process as well. So I'm not sure if I even want to give that to someone else, but we'll see. And I'm also kind of thinking, but I'm not entirely sure on doing some videos apart from video gaming, like for example, perhaps some cooking videos. Because yeah, as you see, I have some issues with my food intake. This has been such an annoying thing to come up where I can't take in a lot of food because I love eating, or I love tasting food, I guess. So it might be fun to just do a couple of videos where I just try something, make something. I don't know. I'm not a good cook, but cooking is something that I can kind of enjoy. And it might also be interesting to see how I actually cook, because having poor sight can be a bit problematic when you make stuff, but it doesn't have to be. And I can, as I said, I'm not a good cook, but I can boil water just fine. But it would be interesting, I think, to go that route a bit as well. What I don't know yet is if I want to do that on this channel or just devote another channel to that. I don't know yet. We'll see about that. That is also something that it's more of a thing that I would like to explore, but it's not really something that I will do next week already. But we'll see. I'm rambling on, and I think this video has been going on for quite some while. But yeah, I did feel like it was fair to let you guys know what's been going on and kind of where I want to take the channel in the future, perhaps. And what can you really expect? Honestly, don't expect anything. I don't expect anything. I made these videos as I feel up to it. So there is definitely not going to be a good schedule. I'm allergic to schedules. I've been allergic to schedules and rhythm my entire life, so that did not change. And it only got worse now, I suppose. So yeah, videos will be made as I feel up to it, and I hope that this will improve more and more as we go. But I am not going to force it, and I am going to thank you very much for just sticking with me. I'm not going to lie, I was really, really amazed by the amount of positive feedback I got on the Nobelia video. I did not expect people were still, watching this channel. I mean, seeing some people still react so much and so positively and so fast on a video after literally being away for a couple of years, that was quite humbling, and I really want to thank you guys so much for just being there and just communicating. As I said, I don't go out much though. That was quite overwhelming for me, and it really did me good, and I want to thank you guys for that. And you don't know probably how much that even meant for me, but that really set me in a good mood, and those moods are kind of hard to come by. And it's not to say that I don't feel like crap every day. No, I actually feel quite content. But I do have this tendency to be very apathetic lately, and with such reactions, it's hard to stay apathetic and actually feel this motivation again to actually work on something again, and that is a positive change, and I have you guys to thank for that. And be aware that you have this power in you to also share this with the people around you, and just hear how they are doing. Ask them, how are you doing? And just be there for the people around you. We can't fix the world in one go, especially not as an individual, but you can influence the lives for those that are closely around you, be it a family member, be it a neighbor, or be it some dude on the internet. So be aware of this great power that you have within you, and use it. Make the world a better place in your own way. And yeah, we often underappreciate our own being and our own power in that regard. So yes, embrace it and be thankful for it. I am. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I've been rambling for quite some time now. I think that's it's enough. I just wanted to thank you very much for watching. If you've stuck around this long, then I'm kind of amazed, but yeah, I do hope to see you guys back next time. You'll be able to see me next time at least. And until then, take care. De mazzel.